The point of your last program.
Understand. So, good evening to our social media fans. As promised, um, we're going to do a live this afternoon, or this evening rather, where we're going to be covering some of the things that we discussed this morning. So, this morning's program, we had a live. Um, with Sky 99.5. Very interesting questions as usual. We had a lot of persons on, so as usual, we always appreciate that. And we continue to encourage you guys to like us, share us, follow us on our various social media platforms. Let me say a pleasant good night to Miss Janice Hampton. Janice actually first in the house. I should have do this before I come on, you guys, but all you know how it is be. Ever busy, always busy. Okay, let me say a pleasant good evening to our Instagram followers. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates. Batson and Associates Trinidad on YouTube. Right. So let me say a pleasant good evening to Miss Janice Hampton. Miss Janice Hampton is in the house. Miss Marge Hills, a good night to you. And of course, our Instagram followers. We have Miss Laura J's in Kelm 2610 is also here. Kev K Pro has joined us. Avalon Drakes has joined us. Archie Nades there. A good night. Miss Nicola Hurd. Miss Hurd most present in the house. Antigua in the house. Lauren Forbes. Good. So we had a very interesting program this morning. We touched on a number of things. What we're going to touch on today, of course, I'm going to answer the questions, or this evening rather, that you guys have, and I'll also answer some questions that we had this morning, right? And of course, we going to take the questions as we go along. So let me go in here. We have Miss Angela Noel says, Doc, what for knee? I would imagine you want to put their knee pain. And Miss Angela Noel is actually from Canada. Okay, so Canada in the house. The thing is, when you're dealing with knee pain, any kind of pain, you're dealing with inflammation in the musculoskeletal system. I have discussed arthritis on numerous occasions, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and different form of arthritis. So if you have knee pain, most of the time it is arthritis, but it could also be coupled with wearing away of the joints where cartilage and synovial fluid is a bit, off and that type of thing. There's a product that we carry at Batson and Associates called it's a collagen, but it's a collagen with hyaluronic acid. Now, one of the things that I would recommend, what you can do, Miss Angela Noel, is message us on that number that we have for international clients. The reason you'll have to do that is because we'll add it to WhatsApp. We will could do a consultation for you, add you to WhatsApp, take your email address, and what I'm going to do, the products that we have in Trinidad that would be easier to ship to you, we would make the recommendation. Like, for example, Optimizer is a good one. Nerve Restore is also good for that situation because it helps with the central nervous system, improves regeneration in the body. But there's also some things I'll recommend that you would be able to pick up maybe at any one of your health food store and that type of thing. And it will definitely give you some assistance where that is concerned. All right. So do that for me now. The telephone number that you need to call for the international clients, that telephone number is 868. That's 868 366 0180. That's the international WhatsApp number. Okay, and that you can contact Miss Ramdan on that number. And of course, via myself and her, we're going to put together something for you. All right, Mr. Kyle Thomas, good evening to you. Marvel Max, Sharon Theodore. Yes, we did have a great time this morning. Yeah, this morning was epic. Okay, Miss Allison Talbot says, good night, Dr. Batson Associates, and all who are logged on, have a blessed night. Same to you. Judith Crawford says, good evening, Dr. Batson and everyone. Angela Noel, this is my son. This is my son-in-law. Oh, it's for your son-in-law with the knee pain. Okay, okay. So that's the thing. Is it an injury? Whatever the case will be, we'll be able to help, because I am not one of the greatest advocates of knee replacement surgery, because I tell people, if you're in an accident and you're really damaged beyond repair and you have no choice in the matter to preserve maybe a movement or some type of movement, well, okay, all well and good. But most of the time, that is not the case. And I don't know your age, but I'm sure your son-in-law is a young fella or youngish. So I believe that he should be able to get help. His body should be able to heal quickly, especially with any form of rejuvenative medicine, that type of thing. All right, Miss Lauren Forbes, she says, when is your next visit to Tobago? I will be in Tobago the second week of May, God's willing. So we're looking at the second week of May. That's from the 8th, from Monday the 8th, straight out. Most likely it will be that entire week. And it could possibly be the next week as well. So it may be from the 8th to the 20th. I'm not too sure as yet, but later on I'll confirm. But definitely, for the least, it's going to be from the 8th to the 13th. Okay. So you could always call the Tobago number there and set up your appointment for that. So as I said, best case scenario, the 8th to the 20th. Worst case scenario, the 8th to the 13th. I was supposed to come to Tobago for April, but Tobago for April and Easter don't make any sense. Nobody have Dr. Batson to study. Everybody balancing and willing. And nothing is wrong with that. A time for everything. So I know my place, my role, and my functions. I ain't coming to Tobago for Easter to bother up with all you. So you all will get your time in May, God's willing. And of course, our new office will be open by that time. We'll be putting certain things in place and, of course, moving from strength to strength. Joyanne Cummins says, good evening, all. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Batson. Yes, we need some answers tonight. Okay. Right, I answered Miss Lauren Forbes, Miss Veronica Young. Good evening, Dr. Batson. Miss Kathleen Ishmael. Mother boy, how you doing? I hope you have a happy Resurrection Sunday. God bless you. Miss Kathleen Ishmael says, blessings, doctor. Happy Easter to you and happy Easter to everyone. Thanks so very much. Honey Bay is in the house. Honey Bay, I find you like this night shifting, I didn't see you this morning, but you'll jump in for the evening shift. You like after 8 business. Pleasant good night to you, Honey Bay. She says, good night, Doc. Good night, Shakil, staff and viewers. Good night to you, Maria Cooper. Good night, Dr. Batson and team, and all with the other lies. Okay, so Miss De La Hennessy, good evening to you. Abigail Boyce, I believe it is, has joined us. Unforgettable Tammy, as well as Life of Purpose has also joined us. Shireen Lewis has joined us. Life of Purpose says, happy Easter. Same to you, my dear. Those of you who may not have heard me this morning, again, happy Easter Sunday to you guys. I hope you're all enjoying your holiday. At least you get some rest. I got some. So I was glad for that. I did sleep a lot. And I plan to sleep some more tomorrow, please God. Well, at least work and sleep. You need to mix it. All right, Miss Regina Murray says, good night, Dr. Batson. I asked a question this morning about using the castor oil to help for polyps in the uterus. The end of the month will be the 3rd time the gynae doctors are trying to remove the polyp. No. The thing is, castor oil has to be used topically on the uterus. So what you normally do is you get castor oil, you don't ever use castor oil by itself. You always use it with like carrier oil, like coconut oil, or maybe olive oil, or jojoba, or some one of those oils, preferably coconut oil. And you mix half and half, you heat it slightly, and you apply heat to that area. And that usually helps, Miss Murray. There's a product we have called uterine formula, and I was talking about that this morning. We have gotten it back in stock. Excellent product for things like uterine polyps, cysts, and those type of things. Okay, so that's something to look at. And keep in mind that you have to pay attention to your hormonal imbalance as well. So the woman's formula is also a good help for that as well. Ms. Jennifer Valentine, blessed afternoon to you, Dr. Batson and associates, and all locked on. Miss Jennifer Valentine there in Texas, always joining us. Honey Bee, I dare not answer you, at least not in this forum. Don't worry, your backup Jessica coming in just now. Miss Marcia Knights, wishing all God's blessings. Same to you, Sintra L. Ramada. Good night, doctor. Good night to you as well. Okay, well, they're coming in. Trinity 35 is here, KK Willie is here, Mina the one is here. So a question is asked by Akinades, cramping and tingling down the right leg. What I always tell persons, when you get problem, Zaya Chambers, good night to you as well. So tingling, cramping. Now, what you find with a lot of individuals is that they have a lot of problems with cramps, tingling, pins and needles. And this morning, we actually touched on that a bit, where I was highlighting the importance of proper circulation, but circulation as it relates to neuropathy, because that's one of the challenges that we actually have as it relates to the situation of neuropathy, uh, simply because you find with poor circulation, your okay. So Shakil is going to have to check me here because I'm having a little technical difficulty. Shakil, yeah, my mic for some reason fell down, so we're going to get Shakil to come in to correct that for me just now there. So as I was saying, as it relates to cramping, pins and needles, that type of thing. It has to do with poor circulation, but poor circulation will later lead to neuropathy. And neuropathy is nerve damage. Especially if you're a diabetic, you need to pay very close attention to that. Okay? So that's something that you need. What do we have at Batson Associates? We have circulation T, we have balanced circulation, we have circulation plus. Circulation plus is actually a product that we're working on assiduously to get, because we need to ensure that we help those individuals who have problems associated with poor circulation issues. Okay, Miss Liana Lovell says, good evening. Ria Harikisun, good night, Dr. Batson, and all lockdown. Sharon Theodore. Dr. Batson, what causes muscle cramps? I drink lots of water, but most of the time it will be happening when I am sleeping. Well, usually that has to do with problems with mineral deficiency. I'm a big advocate of magnesium. However, not all magnesium is created equal. There's a liquid magnesium that we carry at Batson and Associates. And what that magnesium actually does is it helps to improve that situation, cramping and a number of things in the body. So it also helps with circulation, right? So that is a complete magnesium liquid, of course, best source. So the absorbability and the assimilation is very good where that is concerned. Okay, Ms. Theodore, so you could always find out about that, as well as the Nerve Restore. Nerve Restore is also a very good product that we carry as well. Miss Patsy Phillips, she says, good night, Dr. Batson. Blessings on this Sunday night. Misty Cato says, do you treat with blood clots? Good night. I am on Xarelto. Yes, I do treat blood clots. Um, I'm not one of the best fans of those blood thinners. Not because I have an issue with them per se in terms of the use of them, but I just have an issue in terms of the length of time that doctors usually give you these things to use. And the reason for that is, you should be reassessed when you have a problem with when you have a problem with clots, simply because clots eventually actually go away. But you need to be reassessed properly in order for us to determine whether you need to come off the medication or not. I have a serious problems with people being on blood thinners for extended periods of time. I could understand 3 months. I could possibly understand 6 months. I cannot understand more than that, honest to God. Even if it is you had clots in your lungs and whatnot. And the reason for that, if you look at international protocols with blood thinners, especially in places like Germany and Europe and that, they don't put people on blood thinners for so long. I mean, in England, they're kind of a little ridiculous because I think they get more Americanized than anything else. But generally, they don't keep it. Okay, so you're saying it's about a year? Nah, a year is enough, man. And where the clot was? Miss Annie Grant, she says, good evening, Dr. Batson. Guayari is in the house. Girl, you know how long I see that word? I remember in school when we used to spell Guayari. Guayare. Okay. Still as an adult, I don't think I could spell that off the top of my head. Guayari, Miss Annie Grant. Miss Sharon Theodore says, I will see you on Wednesday, God's willing, in St. James. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. And Miss Cato says it in your thigh. Okay, which means you would have done a Doppler, which is an ultrasound of your legs. So the question is, when was the last time the Doppler was done? Have they done the Doppler recently to reassess you? Answer that question for me. Okay. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. Miss Brooks says, thanks for the information on the liquid magnesium. You're very welcome. Miss Dolcita Roberts, good night to you as well. Yeah, so Miss Cato, and what you could also do in that particular situation is if you have the Doppler, a copy of the Doppler, you could always get it to me and I could give you some advice where that is concerned. But be very careful. Clots are dangerous, yes, and I understand the importance of doctors putting you on a blood thinner to ensure that you don't have an episode. However, I think the reassessment and the time in which these people take to reassess you is too long. You know, if someone has a situation with a clot, and then you have to remember, Misty, I don't know which part of the world you're in, if you're in Trinidad or if you're outside, but reassessment should be regular. I mean, if you do a Doppler at least every 6 months or maybe every 3 months, depending on it, because at the end of the day, what doctors should want is for you to come out of the situation quickly. Some change in lifestyle is required, increasing your water intake, maybe some sort of exercise, that type of thing as well, to correct that situation. Okay, Miss Susan Grogan, good evening to you. Uh, Keep in mind, we have our disciplined child. I haven't forgotten you with your 3-day water fast. I'll answer your question just now. Let me just give the numbers for the Shogunas office. Keep in mind, we have our walk-in and open clinic days in Shogunas. And that will be taking place, of course, again, we will be looking at the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th, which is next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as well as the following week, which is the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th, God's willing. So once God spare life, I'll be there, and we working. Okay? Misty Cato says I'll contact you. Okay, my dear. Miss Erica Calendar, she says, good night, Doc. What is your take on coconut oil and coconut milk? Coconut oil is something I like. It is one of the better forms of oil to use. Cold pressed coconut oil is very good, of course, especially, for your little brain. You could take a little teaspoon of coconut oil every day. I personally use it and I find it works. It's very good for your skin, your hair, your nails. As regards to coconut milk, if you're using it to cook, not a problem, but to use it in milk, I mean, maybe if you're doing a little smoothie, what I normally do, I would get the jelly from the coconut, like the young jelly, and I would normally use that and blend that in the smoothie, but I don't blend much because, if you drink too much coconut milk, it it will give you a belly walk. It will actually hurt your belly. I have experienced that, right? So, if I'm using, as I said, I would take the young jelly, or if I'm using the other coconut, it wouldn't be much. It would be like a little bit, right? So I believe coconut milk in itself, in moderation, is very good. Some people, they cook everything with coconut milk, and I think that's just overdoing it because coconut is a very rich thing. It's very rich, so you need to ease up on it in that particular aspect. All right. Miss Felicia James says, good night, Dr. Batson. Good night to you. Okay. So there was a question that was asked this morning by Disciplined Child. Keep in mind again the telephone number for Shogunas and that open clinic day that we're having. The number you can call for the Shogunas office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And that, as I said, is open clinic day. So those of you, if you know you had an issue, you're trying to get an appointment, because I know a lot of you always try to get appointments and you have to wait. That is why I facilitated this particular month to do this, so at least we could play catch up with a lot of the backup that we have and, get to help as much people as possible. So take advantage of the situation. If it is, we have the pensioner special available, we have the 4-in-1 special available. It's the only difference is that Dr. Batson is going to be in office where that is concerned, to do those consultations and whatnot. Well, not to do the consultations, but rather to review your consultation as it relates to maybe if you did a blood analysis, if you have any tests regarding your kidney. Like this morning, I was talking about persons with kidney problems. We do very, very good with that. So if you know someone who is stage 4 kidney or maybe even stage 5, and they really want help, because I'm telling you, they are going to put you on a dialysis machine. And dialysis is no fun. It is not a walk in the park. It is not a holiday. It is a very painstaking, tiring, dangerous thing. I mean, it keeps you alive, but your quality of life is significantly compromised. And I think that is really what it is about. I mean, I'm not saying not to do it because everybody wants to live. The question is the quality of life that you're going to enjoy or lack thereof. Okay, so feel free, of course, to give us a call and visit us. That telephone number for the Shogunas office, that number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamut Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. And St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. I'll be in St. James, God's willing, on Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'm working St. James. I'm doing a makeup day for St. James. So you could, of course, take advantage of that. If you're in the St. James area, you're in Port of Spain, you're from Digo side, and you wanted to come to us, maybe you're looking at a consultation or whatever the case may be, take advantage of that this Wednesday. The marathon for St. James, as I said, I will do either late May, early June. I cannot forget the St. James office, and I have not forgotten you all, but of course I'm one human being, and I decided to do it like that for Shogunas, and then Debe, then Tobago, then St. James. Okay? So back to the question as regards the disciplined child asked the question, a 3-day water fast. Now, this is the thing is, that's a serious fast. Why do I say it's a serious fast? It means that you have to have some, what's the word, boy? Stamina to do a fast like that. So you need to be very careful. If you have certain medical conditions, then you need to be careful. I find 3 days is too much, right? I like 12-hour fasts, quite frankly. I like the 18 hours. I even like the 24 hours. Depending on your age and your weight and that type of thing, I would recommend a 3-day water fast. What I suggest you do, because you're going to have to put some sugar somewhere in that body. Your body's going to need some form of carbohydrates, right? So yeah, I find 3 days with water alone is stretching it a little bit. So what I would say, if you're doing a water fast, I suggest you go anywhere between 12, 18, and 24 hours. If you're young, let's say, okay, and you don't have any health condition. So what do I mean by young? I shouldn't say, so let's say you do not have, let me just say young, you do not have any challenges as regards to hypertension and diabetes. You have good vigor, you have some strength in you, then a 3 days water fast could work. But keep in mind, I would suggest that you do teas and a lot of hot teas. And the reason for that is that you do not build gas. That's the reason for drinking hot teas, The reason why you drink hot tea is that hot tea prevents the buildup of gas in the gastrointestinal system, which can cause a lot of problem. Gas is very dangerous. People don't understand how dangerous gas is, in the sense that with gas, you create a lot of problems. It creates flatulence. It could encourage things like acid reflux, that type of thing in that environment. And as a result of that, you find that it can cause some serious problems. So pay very, very close attention to that and go through where that is concerned. As regards to your complex carbohydrates, your sugars, I would suggest dates. So at least do a date in the morning and in the night. So at least you're going to keep your blood sugar at a particular level. That's why I'm saying it's very careful with diabetics, because you don't want the blood sugar to go too low, especially if you're a diabetic on insulin. So, fasting is exceptionally good. I'm a huge advocate of intermittent fasting. I do it a lot. But you have to be very careful. And, go Paul Lock, as they say, is not see Paul Lock. Everyone has to know who they are, and it needs to be tailored specifically for you. Be very, very careful with that. Okay, Miss Erica Calendar, right? I answered your question. Miss Felicia James says, good night, Dr. Miss Cindy Hoyt. Good night, Dr. Batson and team. Happy and healthy Easter, everyone. Same to you, my dear. Miss Susan Grogan says, I did a blood test and the doctor said to me, my kidneys are aging. My face has gotten a dark cast on it as well. My feet has been cramping up a lot and my knees are in pain. What do I do? First thing I want to ask you, which party is you need to come to Batson and Associates? Well, if you're in Trinidad, definitely a consultation is needed because if the doctor tell you your kidney is aging, I don't understand that. What test did he do to determine that? Is it that he looking at a kidney blood profile? Is he looking like at a EGFR or a GFR rather, which is your glomerular filtration rate? What exactly is he using to determine that? Right? If you're having problems with cramping up and pain in your knees, you need an assessment. We need to assess you to determine where you are, what are your deficiencies, what is your biological terrain, how those things work, and then after we would go along with or assist you in correcting that situation. Okay, Miss Grogan. As I said, I don't know if you're in Trinidad. I don't know where you are exactly, but wherever you are, we can help you. All right. Honey Bay, she said, right now I am due for a serious gas pain because I don't drink tea. I could feel it brewing. Yes, Honey Bay, so you know exactly what you need to do. Miss Elizabeth Nandlal, Doc, I am watching you on big screen. LOL, your physical appearance is so true to all you preach. Thank you so very much, my dear. Honey Bay, good night, Cindy. Yeah, you're calling your partner in crime. Okay, so over to our WhatsApp. So, discipline child, I hope I would have answered your question there. If you need any clarification, again, just let me know. Miss Sintra Ramada, good evening to you. Walking in favor 15. Trinity 35 says, Dr. Batson, I get a heaviness on the left side of my chest once I'm eating carbs. I'm okay when I eat fruits. I have changed my diet to eliminate carbs, meat, and sugar. Okay. But it depends on the carbs because remember you have complex carbohydrates and simple carbohydrates. So you want more complex carbohydrates in your diet, things like quinoa, your brown rice, your provisions, those type of things. You don't want the simple carbohydrates like pasta made from flour and white rice and food that lack that grains and those fiber in it. Okay, so that's something. The elimination of the sugar is good. Reduction of meat or elimination of meat and maybe just fish alone for a period of time is also is always welcome. I'm a huge advocate of cleansing and detoxifying, which I tell people, which is why Santulan does so well. And the reason why Santulan does so well is because Santulan is a 7-channel detox. It cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. I mean, look at that list. Your liver. An improved liver will improve overall health. Definitely. Improved gastrointestinal function is going to improve overall health. I was just speaking to someone recently who used Santulan, and one of the things that he said, Doc, I'm feeling lighter. And that is what happens. You literally feel lighter. And that's what you want because why? You're actually cleansing and detoxifying the body. Very, very important. Okay, Miss Ria Harrison, I agree. Ria Harrison with Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Cindy Hoyt is in the house. The brat pack in the house. Sorry, honey baby. I need to send a professor for it. You're just very, very troublesome. Miss Hoyt, good night. How you doing? I hope all is well with you. Miss Marcia Letron says, good night, Dr. Batson and Associates. Have a great and wonderful night. Same to you. Dr. Batson, I must compliment you on your skin. It looks flawless. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. And that's the Alkagen water, Santulan, teas. We do it, we mix it. I try to live as I speak. I speak health, I live health. I try my best. As I tell people, my rule is 80-20. 80% good, 20% a little bad. Once in a while I'll go out, have a little, in the family might go out, might eat a little burger, whatever the case may be. But it's not something overdone. And I'm very, very, you know, I don't make joke with water. It is very important, ladies, to drink your water. You want nice hair, you want nice skin, drink lots and lots of water. Very, very important, ladies. Okay, Miss Natalie. Um, Rajnat, good day to you. Unforgettable Styles is also in the house. Hilaire Tree is here. Disciplined Child says, thank you, sir. You're so very welcome. O'Brien, Lucy O'Brien, good night, Dr. Batson. Good night to you. Right. Trinity 35 says, after getting the virus back in 2021, I later developed this discomfort. It is on and off. Which virus you got? Is it COVID? And that's one of the things I was saying this morning as it relates to the COVID virus. And I think I was making that point this morning. And I for some reason, I didn't finish. When you look at COVID and what COVID would have done, remember I was saying this morning that COVID is a pathogen, right? So all pathogens, which are either bacteria, virus, fungus, protozoa, or worms, once they enter in the body, they could cause serious problems to different organ systems. COVID particularly affected the respiratory system and it affected the cardiovascular system significantly. So anyone who would have gotten COVID, mind your business, bet your bottom dollar, you could have been left with cardiovascular and respiratory problems. Long COVID has continued to take the life of people after they were infected with COVID, simply because what long COVID did is that it compromised your lungs and it made it very easy for any sort of influenza, virus, or any type, even the common cold could actually cause a problem in someone who has had COVID. So it's very, very important that you pay attention to that. You mind your business. Okay. The silver with the mineral formula, welcome product at Batson and Associates, very popular product. It helps so much with a number of things in the body. And what I want to say to you guys tonight, you have to be able to understand that pay attention to your body. Your body speaks to you. The problem is most of the time people do not listen. And I'm saying again to you tonight, do not take certain things for granted. I have come across people, and it annoys me a bit, but I am not totally annoyed because I understand to an extent they are in a particular level of ignorance. Because when they come to someone like myself and I really highlight the importance of correcting the situation, they look at me as being, I don't know, maybe fanatical or maybe exaggerating the situation. But I am the type of person I really believe an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. And for the 13 years, or 14 years this year that I have been in practice, I have seen all manner of issues with people. But what I have seen the most is when people neglect advice that they are given and they end up paying the consequence later on. There are persons who have come in to our organization and we have predicted strokes. I could tell you if you'll get a stroke, Easy, easy, easy. Easy as how do people say easy as pie? There are warning signs that you get in the body when we do magnetic resonance analysis scan on you, and we look at the status of blood tissue brain supply, which is the amount of blood going to your brain. If your figure is supposed to be anywhere between 147, I believe, to 210, and you have some people have 60, some people your figure is 40, when the low is supposed to be 147, what is that telling you? That the amount, the blood flow to your brain is being what? Compromised. So if that continues later on, what you're going to get? A stroke. That's what you're going to get. No, some people like to tell you, I rebuke that in Jesus' name, and you start to call God name in your nonsense. But as Miss Karishma Ramdan so eloquently puts it, don't mix faith with foolishness. Don't bring God in your nonsense. And when I say that respectfully, in the sense that I am not saying that God is not going to protect you or he's not going to bless you, but the Bible tells you what a man sows, he is going to what? Reap. So don't think you could ill-treat yourself, ignore signs, and then be like, oh, God and Jesus said, no, 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 it don't work so. The Bible said, do not be mistaken. What a man sows, he reaps. So you can't be eating all the fried food, not exercising, not drinking water, doing foolishness, and you just blessing blessing and blazing. No, 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 no. I have known some very good pastors who have lost their life to cardiovascular disease. There was a very, very popular pastor at that time on the pulpit, get a massive heart attack and die right there. So don't mix foolishness, or don't mix faith with foolishness. Yes, we know you and God. So close. And that's not my business. Your relationship with the Creator is between you and the Creator. That has nothing to do with me. Because I know my relationship with the Creator. But all I am saying, do not mix faith with foolishness and expect, well, you know, I'm a child of God and I bless. Somebody tell me that, a lady said, nothing is going to happen to me. I'm a child of God. I said, ma'am, you're being ignorant and quite stupid for an adult. Because I was warning her and telling her about her hypertension, which is out of control because she does not like to drink water. And she went so fast to tell me that she's blessed, and she rebuked that in Jesus' name. I said, no problem, darling, you go along. You would not like to believe what had happened to her some years after. Stroke. So take advice. Your body speaks to you. The question is, are you listening? If you don't know how to interpret what your body telling you, come to Batson and Associates. I will translate for you. Pins and needles cramping in your cars, burning under your feet. Your body is telling you you're not getting sufficient circulation. Worst case scenario, you know what that means? Blood clot in your waist. And when I say blood clot, I don't mean it like how the Jamaicans say it, like a cursing, eh? Literally a blood clot you're going to get. So don't mix faith with foolishness. Good? Miss Maria Ansola. She says, Miss Celia Charles, I'll answer your question just now. Let me just say, Miss Maria Ansola, good evening. She says, good evening, everyone, Dr. Batson and team. Happy Easter holiday to all checking in. Love and a prayer hand. Blessing. Same to you, my dear. Elizabeth Nandlal. Doc, while abroad for those few months, my pressure was spitting fire most of the time. I am back home and on my normal protocol, and my pressure is very normal as well. I look forward to visiting David. Yeah, anytime you travel, the thing is, whenever you're out of the country, depending on where you are and which part of the world you're in, remember, you're not really home is home, eh? As they say, home is where the heart is. So that is normally something that happens. But you know, I'm glad to hear that you're back home, you're back in your diet, you're back in Moruga, in your little fresh air and thing, eating your Moruga hill rice. By the way, I just have to say that that hill rice was the bomb, the best that I have ever eaten. I was very satisfied. All right, so thank you so very much. Elizabeth Nandlal, God has given us all free will. So if we mistreat your body, that's your problem, not God. You're sure right. Miss Veronica Young says, so true. Don't mix faith with foolishness. Love it. Yeah. Miss Verna Nelson says, good night, Doc. What do you think about colon hydrotherapy? Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's actually something that we're going to be putting in that office in Londonville when we finish up that clinic that we're doing there. Love it. Love it, love it. It's a very good thing, and it does help the body. Miss Celia Charles asked the question, what is the best form of magnesium? We use, let me check it here quickly. It's a liquid form of magnesium. I like this because I've tried one or two others before with clients and patients, and I like how this one works. I find it is very effective in terms of absorbability and the results that my clients would have been given with it. I'm gonna find it just now. So in the meantime, let me see those telephone numbers again for the Shogunas office. That is that's 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as the WhatsApp number. That WhatsApp is 314-9975. That's 314-9975. And of course, those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. And it is actually, keep in mind, our open clinic day. Right. So it is actually magnesium chloride in the form of, yes. So it is actually, yep. So it's a liquid magnesium that we use, and is magnesium in concentration. That is actually the better form of magnesium. I had come across magnesium aspartate some time ago, and I looked at it. But I was more satisfied with the mag chloro, definitely, and that's the one that we carry at Batson and Associates. We have is an 8-ounce bottle. You normally use 1 teaspoon a day, and I believe with that you have anywhere in the vicinity of maybe 60 to 90 servings, So that bottle can last you anywhere between a month to 2 months to maybe 3 months, depending on your need. Good value for your money, right? We recently started getting back that, and we have that in stock at Batson and Associates, right? So I love colon hydrotherapy, as I said Verna Nelson. Okay, Stanley Bruce, good evening to all. Of very good information. You're very welcome. So keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. On YouTube, we are Batson and Associates TT. Okay, so that is Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, sorry, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. That's what it is. My apologies. Miss Karishma Ramdan, one of our senior consultants, she's locked on. She says, good night, Dr. Batson, and everyone locked on. Miss Marva Crossley, Belfast. Dr. Batson, have you all got digestive balance and circulation tea? I recently did a consultation, but you were all out of stock. We have digestive balance. This week we will get, well, because of the long holiday, I anticipate that we will have balanced circulation before the week is out, and we'll have circulation tea next week, please God. Miss Grace Warner Headley is saying, is magnesium oxide a good source? I'm gonna have to do some research on that, in all honesty. I know for sure the magnesium, the macloro, because I did a lot of extensive research on that. I checked out a few others, which is why I like liquid magnesium. So y'all give me some homework. I'm gonna go through, and the next program I do, which is on Thursday, please God, I'm gonna discuss the forms of magnesium and what are the best ones that they have. Okay, I'm gonna do that for you guys. Okay, Mira Kisraj says, what product of yours could you use for osteoporosis? Osteoporosis, you're looking at the collagen with the hyaluronic acid. It's a liquid collagen. I always tell people that collagen little on the pricier side, but collagen not cheap. Good collagen is going to cost you some money, right? And the good thing about it, the collagen that I usually carry is collagen with hyaluronic acid, and it is a hydrolyzed collagen. So it's a liquid collagen, high absorbability. Product works wonders. Excellent product. Right now, in the process of getting a next, I'm looking for like 2 others. So to also mix it in terms of the price, because we had to mix the price, right? Quality, I don't compromise on quality, but at the same time, we need it. But the one that we have, the collagen with the hyaluronic acid, if it is within your means to afford that one, you could always call the office to get the price. We normally take half down, and then you come back and you come and you get it. It takes like about 2 weeks or a week for us to get it, because I don't stock those. I normally bring those in on orders, right? But excellent product. The persons who have used it, they always call, they always reorder. It's a really good product to use. Okay. Curtis Phillips says, good night, Dr. Batson. A friend told me about you while I was in Trinidad 2 weeks ago. However, I was scheduled to fly out before I could come in. My question is, I have had intractable, hiccups for many years now, and I'm wondering if you can help me via consultation from Texas. I am on baclofen, Terrazine, and Elavil. Okay, Mr. Philip. Yeah, I believe I should be able to help you, man. There was a point in time I had a hiccup for a while, and I had hiccups for like about a week and a half. I was getting concerned. But that has to do with the vagus nerve. And if you know where your vagus nerve is located, those nerves run into the diaphragm and that type of thing. So usually, once that vagus, or what some people call it vagus, some people say vagus. We're not going to argue. Potato. But once that nerve is irritated, it causes a constant hiccup. And it's usually as a result of a strain in the diaphragm. So I don't know if you have chiropractors there, but what I suggest, Mr. Philip, you do, you can always contact us on the international number for international consultations. That telephone number, of course, is area code 868-366-0180. Again, that's 868-366-0180. And we also have 868-373-2388. Again, that's 868-373-2388. So, Mr. Philip, get that number, message us, and let's deal with this situation for you. Okay? Miss Grace Warder Headley says, thank you. Yeah, Miss Warner, you give me some homework, so I'll do my homework. Please, God. Cindy Hurts, Doc, I use magnesium bist glycate. Right. What are your thoughts? I don't know. I have never heard about that, Cindy. So as I said, I'm going to do some research. I'll do some research this week, and I'm going to come back with some answers for you guys, right? Malika E says, I have tried the tea with the water after a detox, and I am proud of the changes. Thanks for the information. Please do continue to enlighten us. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Right. Curtis Phillips says, thank you, Doc. I will call. You're very welcome, sir. Miss Indra Kulhan Baliram. And on Instagram, I'm coming over to you guys after I just answer Miss Baliram. Right? She says, good evening. Why a 2-year-old hand shake once a year, 2 years old? Thank you. Okay, so Miss Indra, help me out here. The question I asked you, I said, good evening. Why is a 2-year-old hand shaking once a year, 2 years old? Okay, Miss Baliram, clarify that question for me a little bit. I think in typing you kind of miss up something. So I'm trying to understand, is it that you're saying there's a 2-year-old child who has a persistent handshake, like how people have tremors? Explain for me, okay? Miss Celicia Charles says, thank you. Stefan or Stephen Atwell says, good night, Dr. Batson. What would you recommend for high pressure in the eyes? Glaucoma. We have consistently gotten excellent results with people with glaucoma. Keep in mind, when you're dealing with glaucoma, you have to look at your pressure on the whole, and you have to look at the circulation in your brain. And that's what I was explaining before. If you do not have proper pulmonary circulation, which is circulation above your heart, you are going to be in a lot of problems. So with high pressure, there's an eye drop that we carry, very good product. It's called Eye Optics Formula, all natural eye drop. It is recommended, and we have gotten some really good results, exceptionally good results with that eye drop. Okay. Miss Roxanne Herbert says, good evening, Dr. Batson. Mr. Atwell, too, I don't know what is your water intake, but check your water intake. The rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. So try and look at that. And, of course, there is the optimizer is very good for eyesight and for glaucoma, anything with eyes, as well as the Aster. No, that product is new, anthocyanin complex. Very, very good product. Very, very good product. High in antioxidants, high in anti-inflammatory. Okay? Or Indra says it's trembling. So the child is 2 years and the child is actually trembling. Well, that's basically a baby. Is the child still breastfeeding? Was the child that song like did they have any issues as regards being premature, anything like that? Were they sick after birth? Did they have to go into, usually children who are born with jaundice, they normally would have to go into the that I forget what they call it, to actually help and to help with the jaundice situation. So I don't know if the child was a sickly child, and maybe as a result of that, they may have a central nervous system problem. I'm going to have to get some more information where that is concerned. Okay. Steve Atlas says, thank a lot, appreciated. Will order them this week. Can I use those products with or for pterygium? You also have a pterygium as well? Mr. Atwell, is that the question you're asking? Just clarify for me now. Alberta Francis says, good night, Dr. Batson. What could be used to lower cholesterol? Watch me. I find lowering cholesterol so easy. We have cholesterol tea. When we have circulation tea in stock, that works well. The greens formula, there's a greens formula we have. Well, we have advanced chlorophyll and we also have a greens formula that is very good for lowering cholesterol. I normally put that together in a protocol and watch my cholesterol gone down. Santulan is also going to help because Santulan is going to do some cleansing on the liver and help to rejuvenate that organ, which is a very important internal organ. Keep in mind that the liver has over 500 different functions. Exceptionally important organ. Yes, an incubator. Thank you so very much, Marcia Knights. Jennifer Valentine, Doc, I take natural vitality calms magnesium supplement powder. It's anti-stress. Yeah, calms is a good product. Very good product. I know that one for sure because I used to personally use that. I know it's very difficult to get in Trinidad now. I don't know why. I'm actually in the process of working to organize that. Michelle Escajo says, Dr. Batson, what do you recommend for someone with low estrogen as a result of surgical menopause? Oh, so it means okay, Mr. Atwell says, yes, I do. So you have a pterygium as well. So the iOptics formula is also going to help for that. So it's going to be the iOptics formula. Look at your water intake. Optimizer as well as the anthocyanin complex. Ms. Kojo, back to you. So if surgically, it means that this individual's uterus and ovaries were removed, then they need to do a natural form of hormone replacement. Natural form of hormone replacement going to include a number of things. This thing is very good. It's very, very popular. A lot of women use it. You need to be brand specific though. Evening Primrose is very good. The problem with most people who use Evening Primrose, you all don't use the correct dosage because you normally have to use a higher dosage, right? So it says you're taking, oh, good, you see, you're taking the, what's this? Progia Nova and the Evening Primrose, but no ease with the symptoms, really? Okay, so here what you need to get. You need to look at your water intake. I don't know how much water you drink, but remember to try and drink your body weight divided by 2 in ounces, Miss Kojo. First thing, I don't know when was the last time you took a detox. I don't know if you have low blood count as well. If you don't have low blood count, you could actually use Santulan together with the water, and then you can use the Nerve Restore Women's Formula. That's going to help. And depending on how you go with that, which I believe you're going to get some good issues there, not issues, some good results, then we could go with that. All right. Atleen George says, good night, Dr. Batson. All right. So, yeah, all you coming in hot and heavy with these questions, boy. I see Sharon Theodore says, can you type over your question? I think he didn't see it. I don't know who you're making reference to there, Miss Theodore. Maybe I didn't see the question. So you all could maybe highlight it for me there, right? Let me go over to Instagram. Instagram, as you say, I'm ignoring them. Walking in favor, 15 good night. What do you recommend for lungs and breathing problems? Lungs and breathing problems. You're looking at your water. Again, body weight divided by 2 in ounces, very important. Hydration is everything. Drink your water, very important. At Batson and Associates, we do offer a high quality alkagen water or alkaline water, which is called alkagen. Very good product for assisting and helping in those situations. The silver or the mineral formula, very, very good product. Exceptionally good product as regards to that particular situation. Breathing, if it's really, really, really bad, enzyme formula. That is a product, though, I believe that we're going to get in stock in about the next week and a half. That's an in-demand product because we use it for a lot of inflammatory issues. And believe me, we have a lot of inflammatory clients that we actually deal with. But the silver or the mineral formula is definitely going to help you. The alkagen water is going to help you. Is also going to help you as well, the optimizer. Very good product where that is concerned. Sharon 1655 has joined us. Rishi Pez has joined. Sharon 1656 says, hi, Dr. Batson. Hi to you as well. Mikhail TT has joined us. Spice Girl 3355 is here. Spice Girl Love sent a request for a video. Okay, I think you may be trying to call us there. Trinity 35 says, which herb or tree do I need to order again? Oh, there's Trinity 35. What was the question you had asked Trinity, though? Make my life easier. If you put it there, I wouldn't have to go up, because that's going to be way up in the questions there. All right, so you could send that for me again, Trinity 35. Adelia, All Natural is there. Joanne, 868, Lantana 202, Henny 1965, Pretty Lady. Oh, heaviness in the chest. Okay, heaviness in your chest. You can use the Longs tea. Longs tea is very good. What tea we have again could work for that situation, boy. Santulan is also going to help. Santulan is a 7-channel detox, clean and detoxify kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Sparkle Carter 23 has joined us as well on our Instagram. So let me come back over here to WhatsApp and let me see who I could answer, who I could help here, right? So Michelle Kojo, I have spoken to you as well. Imani Jean Hanaway says, good evening to you. I have a friend whose pressure behind the eyes is always high. What can he use? Look at the water. How much water is that person drinking? Dehydration contributes. The majority of glaucoma patients that I have encountered are usually very dehydrated people. They don't drink enough water. So first thing on the list, the water. There's also an eye drop that we carry, called Eye Optics Formula. It's actually an eye detox. Very good product. It's all natural. It's an eye tonic. It doesn't have any steroids in it. I am not a fan of steroids eye drops. I really am not. Those beta angioists and those things damage your eye over a period of time. For emergency, no problem. But you have to look at the long term. What is the root cause of the problem? If the pressure, if the circulation in the brain is not good, your eye pressure can't be good. It is impossible. It just doesn't make any sense. All right. So IT, I forgot that we have IT. We also have the this thing. We have the eye optics formula, optimizer, anthocyanin complex, inflammation formula also helps as well. Okay, good. Roxanne Herbert, what about a solution for fatty liver? Easy. Walk in the park. Alkagen water, Santulan, inflammation formula, optimizer. That fatty liver gone away, and liver tea. I've been seeing more and more persons with fatty liver. I think a lot of persons don't understand how bad fatty liver is, because I remember someone recently coming to me and saying that they went to the doctor and the doctor told them that they have a fatty liver, but don't bother about that. No, 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 no. Fatty liver could be just as bad as cirrhosis of the liver. Just underline. Because keep in mind, remember, your liver has over 500 different functions. Your liver is an organ of metabolism. It is a detoxifying organ. It is an organ of sleep. It is one of the organs, the main organs of your central nervous system. Why? Your liver converts protein to amino acid to protein. Your body, your brain uses amino acids to produce neurotransmitters. So things like epinephrine, norepinephrine, serotonin. So plenty of people who have depression and anxiety is because their liver not healthy. Understand the maths and the thing, you know. There are laws associated with anatomy and physiology. I consistently say I'm not in the politics of medicine. I am not. I really, really not, and I don't have time. I don't have time for nonsense. We are about positivity. We are about health. You see, this morning, we are alive this morning. You see, I'm back here again. Had to leave my family home, come, organize. And I'm not complaining, but what I'm saying is serious business. We come in to help people. We want people to get better. We want people to feel better. We want people to look better. And that's all they want. All they want to look nice. So in order to look nice, you have to be healthy. To get the nice hair, the nice skin, the vitality. You got to take care of yourself, right? Alberta Francis says, I confirm the results of the eye optic with the cataract diagnosis and use of the product. Next eye visit. Excellent result. No sign of eye degeneration. Look, you see, that's a testimony we get there. So Alberta Francis says, I confirm the results with the eye optics formula with a cataract diagnosis, and they use the product. And for the next eyes visit they had, it was excellent results they got. No sign of eye degeneration. So people who have things like macular degeneration, cataracts, people who have issues with bleeding behind the eyes, diabetics, I always, you know what's happened to some of y'all? Let me answer this question before I start a buff, because I promise not to buff nobody today. A lot of people just be watching the money. Now, I don't know your budget, your budget. I didn't send you out. But let me tell you something. Don't play with your eyesight. Just like I was saying this morning, and I was talking about people, because plenty of they don't listen. Your eye. Do not play with your eyesight. You know you're a diabetic. You know you have hypertension. Mind your business. There are a lot of people going blind, you know. When I started my program this morning, one of the things I said, you know, it is to born into this world seeing. If you're born blind, is all well and good, you know. You don't know where you're missing, you know. But you could imagine you as an adult now can't see. Nah, man, that hard, that real hard, that hard, that real hard. I find that real hard, real hard. And the thing is, a lot of the time it is brought about by you. You cause that. You cause that. And let me tell you something. Surgery don't help you, eh? So don't feel you could play the fool and do real stupidness and then you run by the doctor and they correct it. Because let me tell you something, most eye surgeries are not successful. Most of them. Look at the statistics. Because you see, this organ called the eye is a funny, funny organ. Very, very, very funny. And the nerves in your eye, very easy to damage when surgery is done on them. Ask any ophthalmologist that. It is very easy to damage your eye. So don't play with your eyesight, please. Okay, Miss Sharon, Miss Janice Hampton says water is the key. You're sure right. Miss Sharon Theodore says was Miss Michelle S. Kojo, but she did type over, so you saw it. Okay, good. Cindy Hoyt says eye optics formula is my bestest friend. You see? And as far as I think Cindy Hoyt is not think. I think you're a international client. So it have people getting results. You all just have to use the product and use the product long enough to get the results. You don't expect your eye to be sick since God said let there be light, and then you come and you use one eye drop and say Dr. Batson it working. Where you feel it is. I not do that. I don't work with Mumford. I don't work with the fairy godmother. I not in that world. There's not Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter business going on here. Right? Good. Roxanne Herbert says, thanks, will come in. Appreciate you. You're very welcome, my darling. Sharon Theodore says, I thank you for your time and your information. Thank you again. I appreciate you. Blessings unto you, Dr. Batson. And I appreciate the blessing and I'm taking all the blessings I get in. I'm not leaving out any. Thank you so very much. Service to God is service to man. Miss Marva Crossley Belfast. Miss Belfast, I find you have a fancy, you have I don't want to say politician, but you have a fancy name here, you know. Are you a Tobagonian by chance? The reason why I'm asking, one thing I learned with women in Tobago, and I so laughed the first time I went to Tobago, and I had a lot of dealings with ladies in Tobago. When I say a lot of dealings, I'm speaking about from the clinic perspective. The thing is, I realize all women in Tobago don't ever give up their last name. So they usually have a lot of hyphenated names. But interestingly, when I ask the question, what the ladies always tell me, they say, Dr. Batson, that is so it's easy to get rid of all you. So if they have to divorce, it's just to drop off the hyphen. And I so laughed. You see, Miss Belfast says, my husband is from Tobago. Okay, good. Miss Veronica Young, but she just laughed there. Miss Michelle Escojo says, thank you, Dr. Batson. You're very welcome, my dear. Leonora Lovell Brooks, Tobago. I tell you, these Tobago ladies, these double barrel names, all they like, but I understand because I know if it is the thing ain't work out, it's easy to drop the last, right? But the thing go work out. I'm not saying that y'all things wouldn't work out, but y'all understand what I'm saying, right? So it's only when I traveled to Tobago and I started interacting with a lot more Tobagonians, I realized, oh, that is why these ladies in Tobago all have double barrel names. And I find it actually looks good, eh? I mean, I find it look fancy. So I digress. So back to what we were saying. So remember those telephone numbers again for our Shoguna's office. That number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamud Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. And for St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That phone number for St. James is 220-8113. Again, that's 220-8113. Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number for the Tobago office is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. Our international clients, we can't forget you. You are still human, and we live in a world where everybody's connected. This thing where, I mean, I could understand when they always want to come and sit down in front of the doctor. All well and good, but remember, we have internet, we have Zoom, we have, listen to me, we could work without leaving from point A to point B, and you could get the results that you want. I actually consulting on a case with a client right now in Egypt, you know. Look how far, Egypt. And listen to me, the lady going good, real good results. She said, Dr. Batson, I am so thankful. So we could get the job done. All right. Miss Ingrid Hannibal says, Dr. Batson, could you give me the name of the good olive oil, please? The olive oil that I normally recommend is the James Plagniol olive oil, spelled Plagniol. That's the one my great grandmother and them used to use. That's the one I use up to now. I know that one is a good quality brand because you have to be very careful. They have a lot of there's a big issue all over the world right now with these funny oils that people have in that are not really the real oils. So I always make sure and have my stuff checked and things. So I know that particular one is a good one. The James Plagniol. You could look at it and it's available. I believe you can get it anywhere now. Right? Miss Marva Crossley Belfast, she says, you got carried away with my name and did not answer the question. Oh gosh, sorry. What was the question again? Just now. Oh, good. My apologies. What is the other product to use in addition to the eye optics for cataract? Okay, so you're using the optimizer, the IT, and the astaxanthin complex. All right, Miss Belfast. Miss Cindy Hoyt, yes, in the Canadian Trini brat that beat all my Trini family over the head to come see you. Yes, my dear. Yes, my dear. And I so appreciated that. I remember when I met you, it was good. Good experience, my dear. So I see you continue to get great results and great appreciated. Jennifer Valentine, thank you again, Dr. Batson. Very informative. Much love. Yes to you. Honeybee, not me checking how my name would song if I drop the last name and add B. Oh, good. That's a good one. Careful on Honeybee. My surname is Batson Sogra, you know. I don't use my full name because everybody know me as Jason Batson. But my name is actually a hyphenated name. It's actually Jason Batson hyphen Sogrin, Sougrin, and it has a accent on the N, which is French. So that's my name. Okay. But a lot of people just know me as Jason Batson. And I leave it so because the add-on was just like maybe about 6 years ago. Okay. You're very welcome, Miss Belfast. Miss Felicia James says, hi, Doc. I have a report from a doctor and I would like you to look over it for me, please. Okay, no problem. Miss Felicia James, where are you located? You in Trinidad? You overseas? Where you are? So let me know, and I will organize the necessary channel for me to get the report and enlighten you accordingly. Okay. Cathy G, you almost walk right into that one. If I almost walk right into that one, I had to laugh. No, I really had to laugh. Oh, you in Tobago? Okay, good. Well, it could do one of two things. As I said, God's willing, I would be in Tobago from the 8th, I believe it is. Yes, the 8th of May. So it's most likely, worst case scenario is going to be 8th to the 13th, which is going to be 6 days. So it's going to be the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. I'm going to have to find some way to work out how I'm going to do my programs. Shakila and I will sit down and put our heads and figure out how we're dealing with that. And best case scenario, I will go from the 8th to the 20th. Best case scenario, it will be me and some of my consultants. We're going to organize accordingly because we would be opening that Tobago office. So God's willing, we get in there from strength to strength. And most important, the better we get, the more improvement we get, is the better we're able to help you guys. All right, always remember that. All right, so we had a little problem with our Instagram. So I see we back up again. The real Sweet Pea has joined us. So those of you who on Instagram, you may just have to check us back. So for some reason on Sunday evening, we get some technical difficulties, but you know how it is when you're dealing with Wi-Fi and that type of thing. Okay, so it's now 9:25 p.m. and true to form, you all have not disappointed, and I thank you very much for that. You came in loud and clear, and you asked your question. Yes, sir.
I have questions for you.
You have a question. So Shakil has a question for me. Yes, Shakil, go ahead.
How can someone find you online? And what is one thing you would say that if if I use that how to find about you, what you would say, let's say I'm new
Right,
and let's say our wife was some size.
right.
Let's give it a
Example.
yeah.
Or let Shakil have a wife who have some size on you.
Let's get
Yes, Shakil.
let's get a reference, right? What would you suggest? Let someone that new come and find out about you.
Okay, so let me see if I get your question. So the question is, how does someone who wants to find out about us,
Yes.
who is new, where do they go to get information?
Yeah, that's one. And
Uh-huh.
two, what is one thing in your clinic week you would say someone can look out for?
Okay, good. Well, you can check us out on social media. I mean, we have a lot of content on social media. Our Facebook is like loaded with information. Uh, Instagram as well. One of the things we're working on is in terms of improving our advertising overall. So I believe in terms of social media, that's one of the easiest way to find out what could you look forward to with a one-on-one with Dr. Batson. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I try not to. I think that's one of the reasons that people are sometimes, I don't think scared is the word, or I don't think it's intimidate. I know I don't intimidate nobody. I mean, as far as I am concerned. The thing with me, I'm no nonsense, factual person, especially when it comes to my work, because I love what I do. I like people, I love people most of the time. I mean, sometimes, to quite honestly, dogs better and plants. But I love people. The thing with people, you have to understand that there is interaction, there's going to be agreement, disagreement, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, to answer your question, what you're going to get is honesty. I am not going to lie to you, and I am going to say it as I see it. I think some people can't take the truth because this might simply think, Dr. Batson might be exaggerating, but I do exaggerate. I do exaggerate. I have a strong background that is continue to getting stronger in terms of what I do. My skill set as a clinician and a practitioner has gotten better and better and better. It's just going to continue to get better with God's blessings and the amount of patience that I work, because you'll see when I work, I push work. And I'm always working. I take my rest as well, but I work and I work and I continually try to help people. I always try to improve. So one of the things you could look forward from Batson and Associates is that if you have a problem that you went elsewhere and you didn't get results, but you're diligent and you're consistent and you come to Batson and Associates, you will get results. There was a particular person who came to me some weeks ago. It was a gentleman, and he had a problem with neuropathy. And he told me, he said, Dr. Batson, I have gone to a lot of persons for this problem, and I didn't get the results that I was looking for. Are you going to give me the results? And I told him, yes. I said, once you follow the instruction that you get, you will get the results. And he got the results. He said, Dr. Batson, this was after when I worked with him for like about 6 weeks, and he had his review. He said, Dr. Batson, I'm getting results already. So that is what I could promise you. You are going to get results. It may require some discipline, some consistency, and you may have to spend some money. I ain't saying you have to spend all your money, but you're going to have to spend some money, because you have to understand that what you put into your body is what you get out. Always remember, the Bible says, the creator, whatever your belief system is, I believe in God. I believe in a creator, whatever name you want to call him, right? Mankind just have a way they want to tell you about Mother Nature. So they try to make it, the politics. So they tell you, let's call it Mother Nature. I know nothing about no Mother Nature. We have a creator, right? The creator of the heavens and the creator of mankind has given us specific rules as regards to this body that you have here, this physical body. And always keep in mind that it is not only a physical body. You have a spiritual body, you have a supramental body. That is your subconscious mind. People, and plenty of people don't understand that, you know. You see, energy, and that's why I tell people when my energy is off, I take time to fix myself and fix my energy. People might think a number of things people just think, and quite frankly, I don't really care. But you have to understand that when your energy off, you have to fix your energy. Nobody could do that for you. Here, wait, as I telling you, fix your energy, fix your spirit, because it's you alone to do that. And whatever it takes for you to fix that, fix it. Because the worst thing is to be your energy all over the place and confused and listen to me. Energy is important. Energy is vital. So your physical body is a manifestation of your energy body. And your energy body is a manifestation of your mental body. And your mental body is a manifestation of your supramental body, which is your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is a manifestation of what? Of your spiritual body. Plenty of people don't understand that. You have a spiritual body, and that is the most important body. Mankind, let me tell you, we as human beings were designed, plenty of people don't understand this, you know, to give reverence to our creator, you know. That's how we design. There is an inert energy, an inert feeling, an inert, what's the word? Whatever word you want to put there, in man to have reverence to a creator. And energy, everything is linked. Oprah Winfrey said it so eloquently. You know what she said? She said, I am an extension of. You know what the Bible says? The Bible says you are created in God's what? Image and likeness. You know? Think about that for a while. You are created in God's image and likeness. So if the creator of the universe create the sun, the moon, the star, this, 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 there is no robot that they could make. All the robotics mankind say they're making. There is no robot that could do what this could do. Your hands. Once your hands working properly. You see your eye? They don't have a telescope mankind could match this. So there is a creator. So if you are being told that you made in God's image and likeness, then what could you do? You are a manifestation of the greatest being in the universe. Understand that. And the Bible tells you that God is a God of what? Justice, wisdom, love, and power. So you have those qualities. Look at a rhinoceros. Look at an elephant. Who created that? Where did that come from? Look at the birds. Look at it good. And you are being told that you are created in the image and likeness of Almighty God. Now, man. Understand that. Sit down on that a little bit. And understand what it is you're really hearing there. So this body that you have here, you could fix the body. And you see that thing called meditation is a serious, serious thing. Prayer and all. I tell people, me and the best human being on the face of the earth, you know. But I just kneel down and say my prayers. Because that's how my great-grandmother teach me to pray. She said, God is not your equal. And whenever you go before Almighty God, you humble yourself. Kneel down, make sure you're well-dressed. Because as a fella, I used to be bareback all the time. I like to be bareback home, you know. I love a bareback. If you come home by me now and I outside, there's a short pants I have on. I don't like too much. Anyway, I'm careful about saying that. But when it's time for reverence with God, you kneel down. My great-grandmother teach me, you put on a proper pants, you put on a proper jersey, you kneel down and you cover your head. I am 43 years and I still just do that. And I teach any child to pray. That's how I teach you to pray. Kneel down and go before God. And listen to me, that prayer is a different kind of prayer, right? So that was just for you to understand. So keep in mind the spiritual body, that is the top. Spiritual, supramental, mental, vital, then your physical body. This is what you're seeing here. Flesh, this is the physical body. This is the last one. So if the others on top working properly, everybody just come down. Get your energy right. You see that thing called the beach? Grounding is the next thing. You go stand up on sand. I tell people on dirt, clean soil, and inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Do your deep breathing. Those things help you. You wouldn't believe what deep breathing this do for you. You know how to breathe long? 5 minutes. Good. So let us do what we need to do. So let me answer a question on Instagram. My apologies. It says I'm a 31-year-old. I'm a 31-year-old with high blood pressure and failing kidney problems. What blood on the mouth? If my typing or lettering is off a bit, my eyes are also failing. Oh my God. Okay. I'm so sorry to hear that. 31 years, boy. Young Chopo. And where you from? You from Trinidad? We can help you with that, man. We can help you with that. All right. So give us a visit. Or in fact, you can give us a call, and we could render some assistance to you. Where you said you feel it, your kidneys failing. Yeah, because the see thing is, once your blood pressure damages kidneys very, very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. So, young Chopo, I don't know where you are, but reach out to us. If you can call one of the numbers or send a message or get somebody to send a message for you. You're from Arima? Okay, well, that's the only thing. We don't have no office in the East as yet, but the easier one for you would be St. James, or I don't know if it is you'll be able to get to Shogunas. But the thing is, depending on your situation, we could do a over the phone consultation for you. Listen to me, I'm the type of person where there's a will, there's a way. I always believe, I do like excuses. I believe there is always a way to get things done. Always. All right? So, contact us. The telephone number for the Shogunas office, that number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That's Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. Keep in mind those open clinic days. I will be in Shogunas, God's willing, on the 18th. No, it's the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th, is it? So that's next week, Monday. So it is going to be, yes, the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. Monday the 17th, Tuesday the 18th, Wednesday the 19th, as well as Monday the 24th, Tuesday the 25th, and Wednesday the 26th of April. Then we go to Debe, and Debe's open clinic week is going to be the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 6th. That's going to be David zone. And Tobago will run from the 8th, best case scenario, to the 20th, worst case scenario, from the 8th to the 5th to the 13th. I'll have to decide how I'm doing, what I'm doing, but I'll know that later on as my schedule. I get my schedule because I have some international consultations to review and that type of thing. All right. So, my very good, wonderful friends, yes. So yeah, Miss Sharon Theodore says they can't handle the truth. So that's where you're gonna get the truth. Roxanne Herbert says, thanks, Doc. Stay safe. You're very welcome. Jennifer Valentine. You are so very right, Doc. Maureen Tull, she says, so true, Dr. Batson. Sharon Theodore, your body is the temple of the Lord. Amen. You're sure about right about that. Stephen Atswell, how to fix your energy? Question mark. Meditation. Yeah. That's one of the ways you fix your energy. Grounding is also a good way to fix your energy. Very, very good way to fix energy. I'm a big advocate of massage therapy as well. And I'll tell you something. I did the theoretical aspect of massage therapy. I remember there was a textbook I used when I was using. The name of the book is Touch Therapy. And one of the things that it taught us in that particular course is the importance of grounding. So you'd realize if you go to masseuse or people who are massage therapists, there's something they do. They would go and they would like hit their hands on the wall like this, or they would hit their hands like this. That is to balance back the energy. Because if you put your hands on people who have really bad energy, especially when you're dealing with sick people, because when you're sick, your energy is not positive enough. Your energy is negative. So people who deal with a lot of sick people, including myself, I have to ground myself and I always have to balance myself. I always have to do it. If I didn't used to do that, I'd have been sick already. Because mentally and emotionally, why do you think psychiatrists in the professional arena have the highest rates of suicide? You know, it is to sit down and listen to rape victims and people who are abused as children and that type of thing. If you do not have a strong mental and spiritual grounding, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be all over the place. And remember, in Western medicine, they don't teach doctors about grounding and meditation and that type of thing. They don't believe in that type of thing. So poor things, they don't know better. All right. So Mr. Atwell, that's it. Meditation, deep breathing is also very good as well. Grounding is also very good. Cindy Hoyt says, Doc, amen on that energy comment. 100. I was telling a friend the same thing last night. You're very welcome. Honeybee, all that is very true and so deep. You're very welcome, my dear. Miss Jennifer Valentine says, yes, Doc, you preach. To God be the glory. Amen. Elizabeth Nandlal, yes, Doc, you preach. I resonate with every word you just said. Doc, I have been meditating for about 20 years a day. Oh gosh, Doc. I blow in a kiss for you for those amazing words. Thank you so very much. Farida Chin Aliyong, Mr. Batson, you are the best. Thank you for your valuable information. You're very welcome, my dear. Doc, because I am in a winter country, I got grounding sheets and a pillowcase last year. What are your thoughts? Yes, I love it. I love it. I actually planning to bring in some of those as well into the country because it is something I have them and I believe in them. They are very, very good. Grounding is an amazing thing. It is amazing. Petronella Joy Felix says, I'm working on that energy. Thank you for sharing everything. You're very, very welcome. So, guys, as usual, we have had a very, very informative program. It's always a pleasure to be in the company of wonderful, receptive people. Yeah, Reiki. So Honeybee is saying y'all should probably take a look at Reiki as well. Yes, definitely. And you know, one of the things we're going to do later on with Batson and Associates, I'm looking with a group to actually incorporate in our clinics those different types of things. So we have a lot of things we come in to bring for you guys, right? May Zayana says, best doctor ever. So much beneficial information. Blessings to you, to your knowledge. Chan Bala has actually joined us. Chan, you know, comedy dance girl. Yeah. So guys, keep in mind again those open clinic days. In Shogunas, the 17th, 18th, and the 19th. That's Monday the 17th, Tuesday the 18th, and Wednesday the 19th. And then, of course, we'll be going the week after that as well, where we are going to be in the Shogunas office, yours truly. And I will also be doing the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. Day is going to be the 1st to the 6th, with the exception of the Thursday. So day is going to be the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 6th. Good. And then we go to Tobago from the 8th. Of course, Tobago is still running and functional, right? Let me say a pleasant good night to Latoya, always there working hard and, you know, more improvement for the people of Tobago. I cannot wait for that office to open. You all do not know. But God is good. To God be the glory as usual. And this type, all the little skip back and setbacks and everything, you know, we are in the process of opening that office. And of course, we are going to better our best for the people of Tobago. So, guys, do enjoy the rest of your evening. Keep in mind those numbers for Shogunas. For the Shogunas office, that number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamooch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago, of course, is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago, Imana Jean Hanaway. So we are located at the Triangle Building, and the telephone number for Tobago. So we in the Triangle Building all the time. We're just in a smaller location. Where we moved is in the Triangle Building again, but we're just in a larger location now, right? So it's actually right next door we have gone. Okay, and that telephone number for Tobago is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. And those of you to book your online appointment, you can get us on 868-373-2388. Keep in mind as well, we have road delivery. That number for road delivery, you can call 314-9975. That's 314-9975. So, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. To everyone who came on the program, I greatly appreciate you guys. To those of you who asked the invaluable questions that the answers may have helped you as well as others persons listening, I thank you very much for that. Keep in mind, like us, share us, follow us. Those of you guys, check out our TikTok. Those of you who TikToking, people like Honeybee and Madam Cindy and Jessica, you all go and check out our Facebook page there and make some noise for me. All right? Miss Elizabeth Nandlal, Miss Jennifer Valentine, Miss Felicia James, and all those of you who would have joined us, check out our eye optics formula for cataract, glaucoma, detached retina, any eye problems you have. Nerve restore, if you want a good sleep, a real good sleep. Nerve restore. Optimizer helps with the eyes. Our new product, anthocyanin complex, well, new and improved. Good product. I can't wait for that. We should have that next week in stock. So a lot of good news, guys. So we look forward to that. Shakil is telling me something.
They can pre-order.
Oh yes, and you guys could also pre-order, especially that collagen and hyaluronic acid. Women's formula, we have women's formula back in stock. That magic product. A few people this morning asked about that, and even this evening, we do have women's formula back in stock. We're gonna get digestive restore and digestive balance is gonna be back in stock this week, and we also have uterine plus, new and improved formula, excellent taste, stronger product. That product has helped so many women with fibroids, polycystic ovaries, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, those type of things. So again, more help for you guys. Okay? So, as we always say at Batson Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, have a good evening, guys. God bless. And look forward for next week, Thursday, God's willing, where we will be on 103.1 FM. That's going to be from 11:05 to 11:25. We'll also be on 106.1 FM, which is Freedom. That's going to be 1:15 to 2 o'clock, because we're going to be 45 minutes on that program. And of course, we have our very good friend DJ Mamu on djmamuradiott.com, and he's going to be from 2:15 to 3:15. So that's Thursday, God's willing. Cindy out says, okay, Doc, will do. Thanks again, Doc, for all your valuable info. Have a blessed night. See you in the airwaves on Thursday, God's willing, and the Canadian flag there. Same to you, my dear Miss Janice Hampton. Out. So thank you very much again. Let me just answer this person quickly. Good night. Have you gotten clear skin tea? Oh, there was actually a skin tea that we have. I know we'll be getting tea in this stock here. In fact, one of the things I have to work on that, because I know one of my colleagues was telling me that we have a lot of persons asking for that skin tea, because apparently it works really well. I use a lot of the teas, but in all honesty, I never really use the skin tea that much. I use nettle, I use lungs, I use eyes, I use male, I use prostate. I use a lot of the ones, so I have to try the skin because I got some feedback, and apparently it is a very good tea. Okay, so I'm going to look into that for you, Nisi. So when we get the next set, we should have that there. So you could always follow up with the office. Okay, guys, and we have a lot of new teas coming. I can't wait. Watch me. Y'all, we have some really nice stuff coming for you guys. So take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.